welcome to this vlog about porn, of course, because why not? Childline approached me to take part in this campaign, which they created to help you understand how watching porn can affect you and your relationships. They're a UK-based charity who provide a private and confidential service to children and young people up to the age of 19. And this basically means that you can contact them about anything. No problem is too big or too small. You can call them on the phone, have a one-to-one chat online, or even send them an email. And I'll leave a link in the description to their website along with their phone number. So when they asked me to take part in this campaign, it was a bit of a no-brainer really, because I love the approach they're taking to it. Much like the video I made last year talking about drinking responsibly, it's not about pretending like it doesn't happen or sweeping it under the rug. It's about talking about these issues in an open and honest and grown-up way instead of just ignoring them completely. Childline have made a 4-part animated series about porn, which sounds like it might be really cheesy and preachy, but it's anything but. The scripts are hilarious, they're completely off the wall. The animation itself is really fast-paced, it's fun. I personally really love them, and I get to voice one of the characters in the series. Her name is Ophelia Bowles, Professor Ophelia Bowles to be exact. She is a professor working for an agency called FACTS, which is the fight against porn zombies. I really enjoyed doing it. I spent a whole day actually last week with a bunch of YouTubers voicing all these characters. Tom Scow was there, Benjamin Cook, Hannah Witten, Patricia Bright, Jimmy Hill, Becky O. Am I missing anyone? I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone. The first of the series is up already, so I'll put a link to that in the description. And the next 3 will be up over the next 3 weeks. So I'll add to the description and also tweet out the links to those. Now, let's get down to business, as they say. Everything sounds like an innuendo in this video. As I said, I've had a think about my opinions on porn and what it is that I want to say to you. So I've whittled it down to 5 key things I think you should know. First things first, I think that watching porn is a very healthy and natural thing to do. But as with all things in life, like drinking alcohol or eating cake or skydiving, it should be done in moderation. As my grandmother used to say, a little bit of what you fancy does you good. And I'm sure she'd be just so proud that she got quoted in this video. It is absolutely possible to become addicted to porn, and if you're worried that that might be happening to you or someone in your life, then you should seek help about it. Number 2, you shouldn't feel embarrassed about watching porn. Spoiler alert, most people do it. And you should feel okay to talk about it too, but obviously with the right people under the appropriate circumstances. Maybe don't announce it over Sunday roast or shout about it in the classroom, but certainly you should feel comfortable talking to your friends about it. And if you have really cool parents or older siblings who are just great at talking about this stuff, then talk to them. But either way, you shouldn't feel embarrassed or ashamed of it. 3, some people like porn, some don't, each to their own. I'm personally not a huge fan of porn, wouldn't be my favourite genre of film, so to speak. And that's not because I'm prudish or I think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever. It's just not really for me, and that's okay too. I've tried to figure out why this might be, and I'm not 100% sure. I think it's because I prefer to have my imagination fired, I prefer to be mentally stimulated, and porn is pretty to the point. Also, I'm that bit older than a lot of you guys, and to be quite frank, the novelty kind of wears off. Finally, and I think this might actually be the main reason, all I can see when I look at porn is not what's happening on screen, but what's happening off screen. So sure, there's some people having sex and that's fine, but all around them are like big hairy men carrying cameras and lights and boom poles, and that's just not that sexy. Number 4, some kinds of porn are not necessarily that healthy or good for you to watch. So for example, porn which is violent or abusive in any way, porn that's degrading to women, to a particular group of people, or to a person on screen. As a general rule, if you're uncomfortable with anything you're seeing on screen, you should probably turn it off. And if you're feeling upset about it, then talk to somebody. This is exactly the kind of thing that Childline are there to help with, and again, the links are in the description, so they would be the perfect people to reach out to. 5. Finally, and this is the big one, kind of what this whole campaign is about really, you should never ever feel pressured into doing anything that you see in porn. I suggest you think of porn like an action film. It's highly entertaining, but not very realistic. And just because Bruce Willis can take down a whole helicopter with his bare hands, doesn't mean that you should try and do it too. Weird analogy. Similarly, you should never, ever, 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 ever feel pressured or guilted into doing something because your partner has seen it done in porn and wants you to do it too. You are not a porn star. You do not need to act like a porn star. You can just be yourself and that's fine. On a wider note, since you know we're all here talking about this, if you're ever uncomfortable with anything you're doing during sex, you can take a step back. Tell your partner you don't really want to do that particular thing, or stop altogether. You are completely within your rights to do so, and that's okay. If your partner doesn't respect that, they're wrong. You're not. And frankly, they don't really deserve to be having sex with you. So that's it. Those are the 5 key things I think you guys need to know about porn. Ultimately, it's there for your entertainment. It's not a how-to manual. It's not a guide on how to do the sex right. So enjoy it by all means, but don't let it dictate your sex life. If you have anything you would like to say about this topic or anything you would like to add, anything you feel I've missed out, then please do leave a comment below and feel free to reply to other people's comments. Get a discussion going. That's what this is all about. But do keep it clean, guys. Also, if you'd like to share this video and help get the word out, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And finally, if you found yourself affected, confused, or upset by anything that I've said in this video, if you'd just like to have a confidential chat about this or any other topic, then as I've said, the link to CHILDLINE'S website is in the description, as is their phone number, so please do feel free to get in touch with them. They're here to help after all. So that's it for this video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it and that maybe you learned something from it too. Head on over to CHILDLINE'S channel to check out the first of the animated series I talked about. The link's in the description, and don't forget to tell them I sent you. I'll see you all again soon, and until then, slán. Hello and welcome to the madness that is a Sunday dinner at my mother's house.
Bye.
She's a new woman. I'm a new woman. She's a new woman.